Habayakran beginang patai kubor hadian belawai ke jingelang jangka kunhun menteri. Menteri Rangba ke Jelau Conrad Kongkal Sangma uloong baka kunhun menteri kala ajeng menjur ban penenkam no dikikot NCERT nadok kelas 1 hadok kelas 10 jangka Meghalaya Board of School Education. Conrad Kongkal Sangma uloong bada kejeng penenkam dikikot NCERT an penti kena baka puli putih kan long keberengkat kerdan bat kibai gejela hakari. Bat kan pelat kisamla bakin pro ajabiang bat bakin la banekon haki kerdan ha kari berokobai. Menteri Rangba uloong bayakan negara lasyem hagaban penti kena bagi nu-ginu kejeng tho alor kejela kin long katkum kalariti ke history bak kejeng long kerpang bat baro kini kim dai ban syakta. Uloong ru bagi nohikai sarkar bat kinohikai haki Skul LP kibala pendap banyo kejeng hikai na kebenta ban la ban ajeng hikai kabak hamba syusyuk ki kena ha kejela bat ban penstet kejeng tongkam ke sarkar kala thau ya ke Meghalaya Education Recruitment Board.
Based on certain modifications in certain subjects will be done by MBOSE from now on, and this decision has been taken, and by that I mean in the coming academic year the process is going to start, and we will see this adaptation taking place as we move forward. But immediately the cabinet decision that has been taken today is to allow the adaptation of the NCERT textbooks with necessary modifications from class 1 to class 10. And there are certain schools that are in local language, in vernacular language, the classes are taught. For them, from class 1 to 5, the adaptation or the necessary changes in the language will be done, and once the translation and language is done, then the adaptation will take place. Let me just go into the background of why this is important. This is important because we have a concern in the overall education system, and after doing thorough research and consultation with different stakeholders at different levels in the education system, we have come to the conclusion that most of the textbooks that are being used in MBOSE, especially when it comes to these three standardized subjects, which is science, English and mathematics, the books are not at the standards of the national level, and hence to improve the overall quality of the textbooks, we are adopting this. That's number one. Also, number two, that in terms of the learning outcomes at the elementary stage, the textbooks that we are using currently are not in conformity with that particular aspect, and hence to bring us in line with the learning outcomes at the national level, we are changing this textbooks. And this changing of the textbooks will also lead to a reduction in the number of textbooks being used at the different class levels. Just to give an example to you, that under the MBOSE right now for class 1, 2 and 3, there are 11 textbooks that are recommended. But under NCERT, there are only 4 textbooks. So hence the number of textbooks will go down drastically. In fact, for class 5, if I recall from the presentation, there were 17 textbooks under MBOSE, whereas for under NCERT, it is below 10. It is about 8, 9 something. So therefore, there will be a large reduction in the number of textbooks that will be used. There will be increase and improvement in the quality of the content that will be imparted to the students. It will be in conformity to a large number of requirements at the national level, including the learning outcomes. And hence this process is being done. And this also is being done in a larger scale, keeping in mind the state curriculum, SGF they call it. So that particular SGF, state curriculum also, the amendments to those, or rather the drafting of those aspects will also be taken up. And we will ensure that the curriculum also is adapted to the national curriculum, and with, of course, necessary adaptation to local contents, because we are very, very clear as a cabinet that the subjects in which we require local knowledge, local content based on our culture, based on our history, and based on our uniqueness, all these aspects should not be diluted, and hence the subjects where these matters the subjects are there, we will take necessary steps to adapt the NCERT content and come out with our own textbooks, but the content will be based on the NCERT norms and standards. So it's a long exercise. We expect that in the first phase we should be able to implement things by the next academic year, and in the next academic year we will see almost most of the reforms being implemented, and hence this is a massive exercise and a very big decision, and hence all the stakeholders including the DERT and the MBOSE and the teachers and different schools have all been taken on board, and we are going ahead with this particular decision.
Menteri Rangba Conrad Kongkal Sangma uloong bagi Sarkar Jela kala Shemekarai bantung ya ke Meghalaya Education Recruitment Board namar belasaki baka Meghalaya Public Service Commission kam shemlala ban penlong ya ke eksamen thong kam ha kapor kebabiang. Ula ai noksa bagi MPSC ha ki snem ki belalet kam shemlala ban penlong ya ke eksamen ha kapor kebabiang bad shemlala ban thong kam ki doktor hadu asan snem. Henry mari depthong ya ke Meghalaya Medical Recruitment Board kelala banthong hadu sans pangut ki doktor tang hapo kalai benai. Ulong ba ke Meghalaya Education Recruitment Board kan shim kyaru ikjing thongkam ha ke bedai bat ke Pule puthi ha ke jela. Bar ulong baki dan hadu shispa prapunyo teliki kam ke balaj ha ke terat Pule puthi kam tam ha ke higher and technical education. Wat ki Skul secondary but higher secondary but ki kerdan rukum jo. Uloong bayakane ke recruitment board unclear the additional chief secretary ne principal secretary jong katanat Pule puthi but kindan kadwe ngut kid khot hakane ka board.
That there were a large number of vacancies and MPSC was not able to conduct the examinations on time, and if you recall we had a gap of about 5 years for the teachers, for the doctors to be appointed. But as soon as we came out with the Health Recruitment Board, we were able to recruit 500 doctors in a matter of 3 months' time. Similarly, there are close to about 187 vacancies as we speak in the education, especially in the higher and technical education, even secondary and higher secondary and other levels. And hence, we strongly feel, and in some cases, the vacancies have been there for almost 3 to 4 years also. And hence, we strongly feel this board should be there. And this recruitment board should complete the recruitment process within the next 3 months to maximum 6 months time for these vacancies. And another decision which we took was that this recruitment board will also be the overall arching board that is going to take care of the recruitments of all education related matters, and hence school teachers education also. Once we complete this current phase of recruitment of teachers which is going on, then this also will be brought in within this recruitment board for education, so that there is one education recruitment board, but the procedures and processes that are being followed for the respective recruitments will continue as they are right now, because school teachers are done at the division level, and therefore those processes will not change, but the entire the management of the recruitment will come under this particular education board. So that was also another major decision, and we are hopeful that with this decision all the vacancies that are there pending in the education department will be filled up very, very soon. As I said, within 3 to 6 months we expect to complete it.
Menteri Rangba Kajala uli tu ru baka kenhun menteri kala ai kejing menjur ban Pynkylla kerteng thamai no ya katanat labor, syakatanat labor, employment and skill development. Kam tam haba katanat labor kapet ya ki babun ki kam kijam. Ulang baka katanat labor kadai ban pet ya ki babun ki kam jang kejing thung kam thung jam. Bat ki babun ki kam jang skill development. Komta halor kan ikanong rem la Shemekarai ban Pynkylla kerteng no ya katanat labor, syaka labor, employment and skill development. Uli tu baka kenhun menteri kala ai kejing menjer ka kendon thamai nek amendment jangka Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act arajar hendrio. Bad an Pynkylla ka nek act lengbak ordinance kabala menjer hakani kesngi dak kenhun menteri. Kenang bagan plela de kesorkar jela bagan Shemram sasan na kasispa. Ulaong baleng bagan ni kejing Pynkylla kesorkar jela kan la ban Shemram sa sauspa kelur tengka.
That labor department is much broader than just simply looking at labor. It looks at other aspects of employment and many aspects of skill development. And hence we found it appropriate that the labor department's name as well as their activities should be broadened. The activities already are broad and skill development to a large extent takes place via the labor department. And hence we have decided to rename the Department of Labor as Department of Labor, Employment and Skill Development.